Hey, how you doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Well, today California's on fire. It looks like the whole West Coast, Washington, Oregon, and California are all on fire. We're having the biggest fires that have ever been recorded in California history. The biggest fires in California history. And believe me, the sky outside is smoky. It's like it's blocking the sun. It looks like Armageddon outside. It's something else. I hope everybody else is doing better in their part of the world. My part of the world's on fire. All right. Not just coronavirus this year. We got fires too. We got all sorts of stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about some knives. This is a brand new one. It's an eBay purchase. And like I told you, I am getting into a different type of knife lately. And the reason why is because of this one. I've absolutely fallen in love with the crossbar lock or axis lock. Axis lock if you're a Benchmade. And I just use the term crossbar lock as a sort of a generic term because now that Benchmade doesn't have the patent on this no more, everybody's making these types of locks and everybody's trying to do their own versions of them. And that's what I'm going to get into. I want to check them out because I really love the Benchmade version. My blade's a little bit dirty here. This is my everyday carry. This is one I like to carry every day. I know it's a big everyday carry for some people out there, but for me, it's a small. It's just a large knife. It's not an extra large. It's just a normal size knife for me. Because I like 4-inch blades. This one's 4.5 inches, so it's a little bit half inch longer than I normally carry for an EDC. I usually like to carry 3.5 inches or 4 inches. And for my little knife that I like to use for like opening up things and stuff like that, lots of times I'll carry a 3-inch knife too. It's a second knife, just to be opening up stuff and one that I can pull out in public and then not scare people. But I always carry a knife that I can use for utility use, everyday carry use, and self-defense use if need be. I hope I never have to do that, but I always like to carry something on me. That's just me. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. But this Benchmade right here, I would call it a tactical stiletto. And yes, as you know, I like stilettos. So that's one reason why I like this one so much. It's like a perfect size for EDC. It's lightweight. Absolutely love these 391s. Sock P's from Benchmade. They're an awesome knife. And they're worth all of the money that they cost. To me, it's worth every penny. It's a good knife. But anyway, let's set this one aside because we're not talking about that one today. Let's find out what this is. And that was in the Contigo and the Sock P 391 Sock P are my first two recent purchases that, well, this year anyway, not recent. I've had them for a while now. That since I've got them, I've fallen in love with them, and I love the axis lock. I know it's not a triad lock, and I know Andrew Demko made something that's sort of like an axis lock. It's called the AD20, the AD20, Andrew Demko number 20. And I went online, and I was thinking about getting one of those, but I couldn't make myself push the button on $425. It's a lot of money for a knife. I can't do that. It's a little bit too high for me. So I guess I might have to wait until I hope he's working out a deal with Cold Steel so they produce the AD20, because then it'll be affordable if they do that. Sort of like they did the AD10 and the AD15 and the Max. They made them more affordable when he let Cold Steel make them. But anyway, I hope that's what happens. I'm gonna wait out for that. That's the reason why I'm not gonna get the AD20 yet. And I've been tempted to get it, but I can't do that. I can't push the button. That's too much money for a 3.5 inch pocket knife to me. I know it's 20 CV, and I know it's a real thick blade stock for 20 CV. But just because it's 20 CV doesn't mean it's worth almost $500 to me. I got a few knives with 20 CV, and none of them cost $500. And two of them, the 4 Maxes are bigger. And so I can't do that. Absolutely love Andrew Demko's knives and everything else like that. I love, you know, love the triad. I love the scorpion lock. I love all this stuff. He's like a master when it comes to making blade locks. And I absolutely love the work that he does. But I have to wait until he gets to cold steel because I'm just a working class man with working class income. So I'm not gonna. I can go out and buy one of those, but then it'd put a dent in my budget. So I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, let's get to what we're talking about here. Let's open this one and see what it is. Opening up today is my Buck 110 Light. Absolutely love these. I think these called. I think it's called a lightweight. I don't forget what it's called, but it's a Buck 110. It's one of the new ones. It's a great beater knife. You know, super sturdy. I can't say enough about this knife. I'm very happy with this Buck 110. The 420 HC is sharp. It came to me really sharp. But anyway, let's get on this one. Boy, the person that packaged this one up did a good job, because I don't know where to start on it. Let's start over here. Excellent packaging job. Probably should unpackage this one before I start the video. It's taking me a while to undo this one. Okay, now let's see what we go. So this one packaged like a bank vault. More packaging. There it is. There it is. Yes, it's a Spyderco. And which one is it? You're getting into the axis locks. Which one could it be? And that's some serious wrapping. Sweet. You can tell already I like the size of it. The blade stock's pretty nice too. Nice thin tip. Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, Golden, Colorado, USA. S30V. My Manix 2 XL. That's what this is. The Manix 2. Oh man, I love this handle. I can see why people always. I've always put off on getting a lot of Spydercos because I never really cared for the way they look. Especially like the smaller ones. I know a lot of people like them. I know they're great knives. I'm not putting them down or anything. They just don't attract me. But this one is bigger. I don't really care for the Manix 2, the smaller one. I like this one. I like the big one. I don't know. This is. I can see this. This is a really nice knife. This blade looks like it'd be an ultimate slicer. Full flat ground blade, DLC coated, everything's DLC coated, perfect centering, it's very stiff still because it's a new knife. The person on the internet that I bought it from, he said that he just took it out the box to show it to people so you could take pictures of it. And he said it was brand new. unused. And I believe them. This doesn't have a mark on it. And it's stiff like a brand new knife. Undoing the ball bearing lock. Yeah, it's brand new. This one will be going in my EDC drawer. I bought this one to be a user. Absolutely love it. This is my third Spyderco. My other ones are, I have two Chinooks with the power lock. This one has more of a lock that's more similar to Andrew Dimko's lock because it has, instead of having the, what do you call it, the Omega springs, instead of having the Omega springs, it just has one spring like a regular spring that goes behind here and it sits back in here. That's sort of how like the cold steel, I mean not the cold steel, but the Andrew Dimko 8020 is. Only he has like a big bar that flips back and forth. This one uses a ball bearing that's encased in this plastic case or whatever you call it. Grivery case, plastic case, whatever. And they make this part. You get this part from Flytanium, I think it is, and you can get it made out of brass and different materials. So if you don't like the plastic feel of this one, you can change that out. It doesn't matter to me, as long as it works. It's okay with me. I'm not trying to change everything on it. I like the knife as it is. It's definitely really tight. Absolutely like it. I can tell this one's going to need to be broken in. What am I putting it back in there for? Let's put the box away. See if we can find some specs on it. Manix 2 XL. The frame is made out of 420J2 stainless steel. It has G10 scales, a CPM S30V blade. I'm looking at, and the coating is DLC. It says right here DLC, diamond light coating. Golden, Colorado, USA. American made Spyderco. It doesn't give you all the stats on how long the blade is or how big the knife is. But you know what? We can figure that out. We can figure that out, no problem. Okay, the handle. The handle by itself, the way I'm going to measure it out is like this. About 5 inches. The blade, I guess right about measure it from there. Of 3 3/4. Measure it from there is 4 inches. So if you measure from there, right here, I don't know if you can see that. It's 3 3/4. If you measure from right here, it's 4 inches. Overall length, just under 9 inches. A hair under 9 inches. Absolutely love it. Boy, this handle feels really good. Build quality, fit and finish is perfect. I like the stainless steel liners, 420J2 stainless steel liners, the G10 scales. A lot of people complain about the pocket clip, but I like the pocket clip. I'd rather have it not be a too deep of carry because I like to be able to pull it, grab onto something. So that works for me. It's an excellent tactical folder. That's why I would call it tactical folder. It's going to take some breaking in though. It's real stiff. Let's see if I get too close. Well, if I really flick it inward, it'll close. Yeah, but if you let go of it, like when you do the Benchmade, when you do it like that, You hit these and the blade will fall. That's not how the Spyderco is. That's what I was just trying to do. On this one, when I hit this, the blade doesn't move. I have to give it a wrist flip. And then you can't just let it drop because it won't drop. You have to force it down. I wonder if they did that on purpose so it wouldn't be like a gravity knife. Make it legal in more places, because I know some places they might frown on. Because I know in California here, you know, I carry this anyway, but we have laws against gravity knives. But anyway, this is not designated as really as a gravity knife, I wouldn't think. A gravity knife is like you just push a button and point the blade handle down and the blade will fall out. That's not the way this one's meant to be. It's meant to be a thumb stud knife, but you don't really need to use the thumb stud. Thumb stud is just an alternative way. You can open this up anyway. Without hardly any effort. And so you can close it right because you can let go of the button after you pull it. You don't have to keep holding on to the button. And that's the way it'll work best, like this. I love the way this Benchmade works. I understand that the Omega springs, that people have said that sometimes they break. I had a 805 AFCK that I used to carry for about, I don't know, about 6 or 7 years. And it had Omega springs. That was the first knife I ever had that had an excess lock. And the only one I ever had before I got this one. Or before I got the Contigo. I got the Contigo before I got this. But I love the Contigo, but it's a little bit heavy for me, so I didn't really carry it that much. This one is lightweight. It's under 5 ounces, so that's a magical number for me. If it's under 5 ounces, I will carry it everywhere. Actually, really 6 ounces. It has to be under like 6 ounces, because there's a lot of 5-ounce knives I like too. There are knives that are close to 6 ounces, like a Frenzy, or there's a lot of them. But I absolutely love the axis lock. And that made me want to try out some different locks and see which one I like the best. I know Spyderco makes very high quality knives, and so I want to try out Spyderco. But I also want to try out the Hogue. I want to try out the Hogue EX01 and what's the other one called? A Decker or something like that? The new one? The EX01's an old one. And even though it failed the weight hang test that Cold Steel did on it, it failed a couple tests. And it failed the weight hang test, I think, at 185 pounds or something like that. And I saw on another channel where this guy did something with it, and it failed at 180 pounds. You know, it went all the way up to 180 pounds or so. You know, that's pretty strong. It's not like a super great lock or anything, but I love the knife. I love those EX01s. I just think they look really cool. Because they look like an automatic. Because they have a plunge lock, which is basically like an axis lock that works from a push button point of view. And I just wanted to try it out and see if I like it, because I got the Tonto version. I got an aluminum one. I'll do a video on it when it comes. But this one I really like. Just feels like it needs to be broken in, because it doesn't have that fidget ability like I like. I mean, I want the blade to drop. I don't know, maybe if I loosen up the pivot a little bit, it might work a little bit better. I don't know. I have to try that out. I'll let you know. But anyway, that's it for today. I just want to do a quick video on the Spyderco that came for me today. And I really love it. Highly recommend it. I think this would be a good tactical folder if you're in a combat situation, or if you're out in in a combat theater or something like that. It'd be a good pocket knife for a soldier. Why? It'd be good for food prep. Because with this kind of blade, it'd be good for slicing food and stuff like that. And That's really what you would use a lot of your knife for. I know when I was a soldier, I used to use a pocket knife for like C-rats and MREs and stuff like that. First we had C-rats, then we had MREs. Let you know how old I am, huh? But I used to use pocket knives for, you know, opening up packages and open up those things and stuff like that, and for food prep when you're out in the field. Because we used to go to the field every 3 months when I was stationed in Germany. I used to do that too when I was stationed in Texas, when I was at Fort Hood. But great knife. I can see the skeleton lies, the stainless steel skeleton lies on the inside. Let's see how much it weighs. That's why I got the scale out here to see how much it weighs. .2 ounces. It's within the magical weight category for me. I will carry this one. I absolutely love it. This could very easily become a new EDC for me, new everyday carry. Because I love the way the handle feels. See, that's what's important to me, is like one of the big important parts for me is like I like good handles. This one right here, I love the Stiletto because the Stiletto handle is good in any kind of grip. This is just a straight handle. It's not fancy or anything. It's good. It's good any kind of grip. But this is like a dedicated handle where they really want you to hold it like that. But I'm sure it's good. Oh yeah, it feels good like that too. In reverse grip. So basically, in all your combat grips, this is a really good grip. And I like the way they have the jimping up here. It's a really nice knife. Very well thought out. The only thing I would have did different is I wouldn't have had this piece be plastic. I'd have it be like a metal piece. That would be coated in DLC also. But you know, that works too. But it's not as easy to use as the Benchmade. Benchmade still rocks as far as like fidgetability. So I haven't found one yet that'll out fidget this knife. It's part of the fun of this knife. You can play with it. And that's the reason why I'm liking these access locks or crossbar locks, because we can't call anything that doesn't belong to Benchmade an access lock. Even though the locks are similar in type, and you could tell that they got this idea from there. Okay, but you know, let's just go ahead and keep that right. But you can't call it an access lock. So I don't know what they call this one. Is it a ball bearing lock? I'm not sure. This one may be a ball bearing lock, because actually it's a ball bearing that wedges in between the blade and the handle. Wedges in between here and the blade. Ball bearing. I absolutely love it. Oh, there we go. Can't flick it out from there though. Oh yeah? Okay, it's breaking in already. I'm digging it. Okay, it's letting me know it can fidget. It's talking to me. Sweet knife. Manix 2 XL with the ball bearing lock. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend this one. It's all DLC coated. You can get them without the DLC coating too. I like, you know me, I like black knives. I like things that totally hide away. Don't attract any attention. For my EDC knives, that is. I like fancy knives too, but I don't carry fancy knives. I carry knives like this that are all black usually. That's my #1 type of knife to carry. Or at least with a black handle and a black clip. The blade doesn't have to be black, but I like everything black. All right, well, that's it for today, people. See you on the next one. Peace out. Stay safe.